What are the basics of somatic therapy, and what is the difference? How does it differ from traditional trauma therapy?
Okay. Well, it's definitely quite. But let me start in a little bit of a different direction. When I started developing my work in the 1960s and 1970s, I was fortunate. I wasn't unfortunate. I was fortunate to not know that trauma was supposed to be a brain disease, a brain disorder, a brain disease that at best could be managed by drugs or by helping people change negative thoughts. And both of those can, in some ways, sometimes be useful. But for healing trauma, it's limited for sure. And what I noticed is that when we see something that seems horrible, like if you go out on your street and you see all of a sudden a car hits this child and the child is laying there, and you see the injury, and what happens? Your guts twist. You hold your breath. Your heart rate accelerates. These are all things that the body does.
It's a physical response.
It's a physical response. Exactly. It's a physical response. And it's also, it's something that tells the brain that there's threat. So let's go back again with this image with the person that's been hit. And you go out and you see they're really badly injured. So you run in to call the ambulance, and your guts twist even more. And that there's a nerve that goes from the back of the brainstem all the way down through the diaphragm to all of the organs below the diaphragm, especially the gastrointestinal system, but also to the heart and lungs. And this actually, this nerve is the largest nerve in the body by far. But what many people, even medical people, don't realize is that the great majority of that nerve are actually getting information from the guts and the heart and the lungs and relaying it back up to the brain. So we see the injury. Our brain tells us injury is danger. When I've worked with military people, what often is the bigger trauma when they see somebody who's been injured, much more than when they're injured themselves. So anyhow.
And this nerve it's the vagus nerve,
it's
right?
It's the vagus nerve. Now, and Darwin actually called it the pneumogastric nerve. He's brilliant in every way, but he actually recognized that this nerve was responsible for gut wrench and heartbreak. And couldn't have said it more saliently than the way he said it. Anyhow, you see the accident, you see blood, your guts twist because the brain says danger. But then remember that the great majority of that nerve, so it goes first from the vagus nerve down into the guts, but then 80% of the nerve is actually sending information from our guts back up to the brain. So what happens is then this gets amplified. We go, ugh, and then that signal goes up from the guts back up to the brainstem and amplifies it, and it's ugh. And when people have been exposed to continued threat, they often have irritable bowel kind of symptoms. But again, it's become more like a fixture now. It's not just a temporary thing, but it's something that really then is with the person for the rest of their lives until they change it. Again, the good news is because it's in the body, we can access that through the body. That's what somatic experience is about, and change that information that's going from the guts back up to the brain, and it just puts it to rest. There's an exercise, I don't know, you or your viewers might want to try, and the idea is to change the information that's coming from our guts up to the brain that says things are okay, things are good. So if you wish to do it with me, or if anybody else wants to do this,
sure,
why not? We'll do a little experiential thing.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
I love playing
good. So the idea here is to take an easy, full breath, and on the exhalation to make the sound of the vu coming from the belly. And just because you're vibrating those receptors in the viscera, in the gut. So just let the sound and the breath go all the way out, and then just wait exactly, and let the breath come in, filling belly and chest, and then repeat once. So, good. Wait for the breath to come in on its own, filling belly, chest. Good. And just scan your body. Just see what you're noticing. Sensations, feelings, thoughts, images.
Oh, definitely a lot more relaxed. Yeah, definitely. It has it clearly, I sense, has a calming effect.
Yes, exactly. Because again, it's a feeling of goodness, not of trauma. So again, changing this feedback loop, I call it a feedback loop, a positive feedback loop, but with negative consequences. And
what is it about the phrase "vu"?
Because vu, you're vibrating it from the belly. So you're sending a signal from the belly back up to the brainstem through the vagus nerve that says everything's okay.
Wow.
All is good. So when you feel the calm, I might go next to go from what I call top down. This is bottom up, but also top down is maybe to just notice when you say, when you feel relaxed and you feel calm. And I wonder if you're willing just to say these words and just to be curious and just to notice what happens when you say the words. And the words are, I give myself this gift of deep inner relaxation. They're my words, so it might not mean anything, but just to be curious of what happens when you say the words and just notice, again, what happens inside your body.
I give myself the gift of deep inner relaxation.
And then just wait a minute, just pause and sense your body. Sense your sensations, feelings, thoughts, images, memories.
Hey, if you liked that video, you need to check out this one here, and I'll see you there.